We have been talking about employee discontent. We might as well talk about the Waffle House. This title is I Don't Think It's Too Much. Waffle House workers push for $25 an hour. Let's get into this one. Workers at several Waffle House locations in the southern U.S. are among the latest group of employees in America to hold walkouts around a slate of demands for improvements to wages and working conditions. A petition circulating by the Union of Southern Service Workers, a worker organization supported by the Service Employees International Union, includes a push for $25 hourly minimum wage at the huge restaurant chain that is often seen as an icon of working class Americana. Other demands include a call to end automatic meal deduction charges from worker paychecks and an increase for security and natural disaster plans, as the chain has a reputation of remaining open during extreme weather events to such an extent that there is a Waffle House Index, has been a long-cited storm severity metric. That index often generates considerable publicity during natural disasters, but what the chain has long touted as convenience for customers, keeping locations open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week through storms and holidays, is being described by workers as showing a lack of respect for the labor they do and the conditions they do it at low wages. Waffle Houses has more than 2,100 locations in 25 states, with an estimate revenue of $1 billion annually. Because the company is privately held, financials are not publicly disclosed. The longtime chairman of the Waffle House and son of one of the chain's founders has a net worth estimated by Forbes to be 1.7 billion. Gerald Green, a cook at the Waffle House in Atlanta, Georgia, for about 7 years, has been involved with the USSW since 2022 and participated in a rally in late September 2023 at his restaurant chain, where the workers spoke up to put pressure on the chain to meet their demands. The thing that got me involved in organizing Waffle House is I've seen things change over time. When I joined Waffle House, things weren't great at the beginning, but they've gotten progressively worse. As time has moved on, it's become harder and harder to have a dignified life while working at Waffle House. He noted one of the issues affecting workers is they have meal deductions taken from their paycheck automatically to pay for meals when they might not even get to take a meal on their shift. He says, we want that taken away. We're not even guaranteed to eat food on the shift. He also cited issues with scheduling systems that are inconsistent and often incorrect, including former workers still getting scheduled, issues with general cleanliness, and a lack of general respect for workers. As a cook, Green makes around $17 an hour, but many Waffle House workers work sub-minimum wages as servers, relying on tips. Waffle House workers are the upper echelon of the hardest working people I've ever met in my life. A lot of people are struggling. I don't think it's too much to ask for people to have a dignified life when they're working so hard to get people meals. Personally, I've had an injury to my foot to my foot 6 months ago. Realistically, I needed a month off to heal, but I don't have time to do that because I have bills to pay. This speaks to the fact that people can't afford to get sick. People can't afford to get injured and still pay their bills. That is an issue that we really have to confront in America, because how do you work if you're injured, but how do you put a roof over your head? It shouldn't be this hard to live. You have to live perfectly in order to pay your bills, and that is challenging. Cheryl, a Waffle House worker in Durham, North Carolina, criticized giving a t-shirt as part of Waffle House's $1 million club for cooks who serve $1 million worth of Waffle House food. Yeah, that is equivalent of giving the pizza party. It's just like, give people actual appreciation, pay them some more money. She says, we're peons in their $1 million world. They get richer, we get poor, sicker, broken down, and they're taking vacations. People can't even afford to take vacation these days because when they come back, they are worried about their houses falling apart, literally. John Schussler, a Waffle House worker in South Carolina, explained that due to the low wages, He struggles to afford groceries, clothes for his child, and are behind on mortgage payments. Pauletta Dillard, a Waffle House server in South Carolina, said $3 an hour pay plus tips has been roughly the same for the past 2 decades, while more work is put on the workers. When I was a server in college more than 20 years ago, I was making $2.13 plus tips. They are getting paid $3 an hour plus tips 20 years later. There's this needs to change. People need to be able to go to work full time and still have money to live. It should not be a struggle to live and eat and take care of your children and do basic things. You guys go ahead and jump in the comments and let me know what you think. I think that America is in flux right now, and all of this malcontent that is bubbling up on the surface is about to really show itself, and you're seeing it with all of these strikes. Join the conversation, like, comment, share.